Hey, what's going on, everybody? Abe Diaz here, the Data Strangler. Today I'm going over wireframing in PowerPoint. The last couple weeks, I've been focusing on UX, UI design, how to make reports as clean as possible and professional looking, not pretty. There's a difference, in my opinion. Um, the reason why is because I felt like I never had like a good foundation for how to make reports look as clean as professional and possible. And I've been spending a lot of time focusing on DAX and Power Query. But one of my colleagues who's excellent at design and all things Power BI, he mentioned to me I should focus a bit more on UX UI design because no one's really going to see or care to look at the Power Query or the DAX. The first thing they're going to notice is how the report looks. So today's video is just going to be talking about how to make an initial wireframe in PowerPoint. So here I have a blank PowerPoint open, and there's different ways you can wireframe. Excuse me, and in different systems as well. Figma's a big one as well. But since I'm just trying to get started understanding on how to make things pretty, since it's not my artistic thing, hasn't been in all my life, but going forward now, just going to start, simple with PowerPoint, and then if there's other programs I find might be useful, I'll explore those. So with PowerPoint, or just wireframing in general, my how I look at it is you have a good way to know what you're visualizing and understand your data. So that comes with talking to the stakeholders, whoever is going to be looking and using this report. Always great to get a. It's always super important to get a good understanding from them on what they are looking for. So you can wireframe plenty of different ways. I've seen a lot of people do handwriting, but for me, I'm going to start just with PowerPoint wireframing initially. So because maybe I'll get to writing things on paper one day, but just to start, this is a bit simpler for me, and I can keep everything in one place. So I'm going to go here. I'm just going to use a box to get things going. We'll call this title. Whoops. Title, can't spell today. Title. All right, I like that. Then I'm going to insert another shape here. This is going to be my KPIs. So I'm going to put KPIs, and I know I'm going to have 10 for my data set. Push that down a little bit. And then I'm just going to copy this. And these are going to be, whoops. I know I'm going to have 2 slicers in here. Slicers 2. Make sure this is aligned right now. Then I'm going to have 3 charts. So I'm going to go here. Insert shapes. Whoop, not shapes. Rectangle. Just going to drop there. So I'm going to have 3 bar charts specifically for this data here. And this isn't going to be exactly perfect, but this is just going to give me an initial idea. So this is going to be bar chart sub wins by, and of course this is going to be my jiu-jitsu data. Bar chart sub losses by, and then bar chart medal count. All right, so right here, so you could have easily done this by hand, but for me, I like messing with PowerPoint first. So this is my ideal initial wireframe version 1, and then the next part I'm going to show how to actually make something like this in PowerPoint using the shapes and the different type of features and formats you can use. So here in my personal Jiu-Jitsu dashboard Power BI report, I already set up all of my KPIs, all of my slicers, all of my visuals exactly how I want it. So now the next part, I'm just going to show how to use this as a guide in PowerPoint. Definitely always want to make sure that your canvas settings in in Power BI match in PowerPoint. So if it's 16 by 9 is standard, but if you're using custom, just make sure that it's the same size in PowerPoint. So we're going to get started here. I'm just going to take a screenshot of the whole page right here. Then I'm going to go to PowerPoint and make sure it's aligned fully on the page. It's covering the page. Make sure it's good here. Align it. Beautiful. All right, so now I'm going to take the picture and I'm going to mess with the transparency just so it's not fully in the way, but I can kind of see where I'm going. All right, that's good. So now I am going to start building out my design. So based off my initial wireframe here, I'm going to start building out my Power BI setup. So I'm going to have a title box here. So I'm going to insert, let's go to shape, rectangle here. Make sure this is all the way to the side. Get rid of the outline, no outline, shape fill. Let's go with this gray here. And then I'm going to put BJJ personal stats. Might be a little too light for my liking, so let me make it a bit darker. All right, cool. So now the next part is I'm going to set up the background. So I'm going to go here, I'm going to insert again, I'm going to go to shapes. Make sure that's aligned on both sides. Cool. Fill. Let's go with white. Sorry, oh, crutches fell again. I'll go with this white 5% darker here. I'm going to get rid of the outline. I'm going to select this. I'm going to send it to back. Then I'm going to start creating the shapes around my KPIs. So I'm going to go here, insert, shapes, go here, mess with the corner a bit. Good, I'm just going to copy this. Make sure there's a little bit of room to breathe on both sides. That looks good. Then I'm going to do that one. Copy this again. Here. I'm going to copy it one more time. Good space. Then I am going to copy it one more time right here for the metal count. Make sure it's down. Use the little red lines on the bottom. Make sure everything's aligned. And line it to the edge. Perfect. Now here I'm going to go to selection pane. And I'm going to delete the background picture. Boom, everything's gone. Perfect. Now I'm just going to change the fill of everything here. So I'm going to go to shape format, fill. That's fine. We'll do 15% darker. And then no outline. And then you have all these different shape effects here. I'm still trying to understand what looks good, but I'm just going to keep it simple for now. Just have a shadow showing for the uh, right here. We'll just pick this center. So now the next video, I'm going to set up how to import this into Power BI. So now the next step is saving this slide here as a PNG and importing it into Power BI as a canvas background. I changed it from gray to white just because it didn't look the best when I had it as a previous color, but no worries, moving on. So I'm going to press Control A, go to File, save a copy. I'm going to name this BJJ Wireframe, save this as a PNG, hit save, just this one slide. Then I'm going to go to here in Power BI. I'm going to go to Browse. I'm going to go to this BJJ wireframe. And here it's pretty much almost fit in. Just got to adjust things around. Initially, when you bring in a canvas background, the transparency is going to be at 100%. So just remember, you'll have to bring that transparency down to 0. So everything here looks pretty good for the most part. Just gonna click on my visuals real quick. Here, always make sure that the box here isn't cutting the edge here. Gonna adjust this here. Probably could have made this a bit bigger. That's fine. Gonna move this up. Gonna stretch this out a bit. Maybe just a little smaller here. And boom, that should be good for the most part. So I'll definitely have to go back and keep messing with my slicers. Obviously, this doesn't look too good. It has a lot of white space, but I really like building UX UI designs and wireframes in PowerPoint because this saves a lot of time in having to create these boxes here in Power BI and adjusting them on all the colors. If you set everything once in PowerPoint, then you'll be able to, just bring it in and then just adjust your visuals as needed. So that's it for now. Let me know what you think in the comments. You like it, hate it, and please be sure to like and subscribe and tell your friends. Have a good one, everyone.